Students, this is the lecture on the topic of common driving mistakes and the importance of first aid in road safety. The subject of environmental education for the first year, BSc first year students. So let's start this topic. First of all, we are going to look at some of the common driving mistakes which are made by the drivers. The first common driving mistake is not using a seat belt. So the usage of seat belt is very important while driving. Then exceeding the speed limit. So that must not be done. Speeding must not be done while you are driving. Then driving while drunk or drowsy. So this is another common mistake that most of the drivers, they drive while they are drunk or they are feeling sleepy. So that must be avoided as it may cause accidents. The fourth driving error, which I feel is the most common one, is distraction due to cell phones. And this has become very common in teenagers, not only in teenagers but also adults. So this must be avoided. Then violation of red light. So red light signal must not be violated as it may also cause accidents. Then incorrect seat position. The seat position of the driver must be appropriate for efficient driving. Then in addition to the seat position, the mirror positioning in the vehicle must also be appropriate. Then incorrect signaling is also a driving mistake. The signal, the indicator that you are giving, that must be correct, that must be appropriate. Then leaving the high beam lights on. So that is another driving mistake that most of the drivers, they do not even know what is the usage of high beam light or low beam light. And they keep the high beam lights on forever. So this causes the driver coming from the opposite direction. This causes trouble to the driver who is coming from the opposite direction. Then the last common driving mistake is running the daytime lights at night. So using the daytime lights of the vehicle at night is also a driving mistake. Now we are going to look at the importance of first aid in road safety. Now what is first aid? You already know first aid is the initial care given to an injured person. And most of the deaths and serious injuries can be avoided with proper first aid. So if you provide proper first aid to the victim, then many deaths and serious injuries can be avoided. The role of first aid starts immediately when the injury or illness occurs and it continues until the medical help arrives or the victim recovers. So the role of first aid starts when the injury or illness has occurred and it continues until the medical help has arrived. The first hour after a trauma is called the golden hour. So the first hour after the injury has been occurred is called as the golden hour. And this hour is very crucial as if proper first aid is given to the patient in this golden hour, then the severity of the injuries can be avoided. Then most of the common cause of the death in road accident is the blockage of airway. So blockage of airway is the most common cause of the death in the road accident. Breathing is not proper for the victim. It would take less than 4 minutes for a blocked airway to cause death. So proper breathing is very important in the first aid to avoid death. Then how do we give the first aid to the accident victims? The first and the foremost step is to assess the condition of the patient. Then maintenance of the airway if the patient is unconscious. So the proper air circulation must be there if the patient is unconscious, if he is not in his consciousness. In case of injury to spine or limbs, so the third one is in case of injury to spine or limbs, minimal handling and proper stabilization must be there. So minimal handling means you have not to move a lot that body part which has been injured, and proper stabilization of the spine must be done. And in case of fractures, you can use splints. So splintage of fractures can be done. Now what is a splint? Splint is, it is a strip, kind of a strip made up of some rigid material which is used to immobilize the fractured part or a broken bone. As you can see in the first picture. So in the first picture, the arm of the bone in the arm has been fractured. So it has been covered by some rigid material so that minimal movement occurs. So this avoids further injury. So usage of splints avoids further injury. Then the next one is to arrest bleeding by compression tourniquet. So compression tourniquet, which has been shown in the second picture, this is used to stop bleeding. The general wound care with proper sterilized first aid dressing material must be done. So if there is some general wound that has been occurred in the victim, in that case proper sterilization must be done, and proper sterilized first aid dressing material must be used. So the material that you are using, any cloth or any bandage that you are using, must be properly sterilized. And the last one is that artificial breathing must be given to the victim if it is required. Then the first aid for minor external injury, if the injury is not much, in the case of external injury, if it is not severe, so what kind of first aid can be given in that case? So firstly, clean the wound by washing with running water. As it is shown in the first picture, the wound must be cleaned with the running water. And why do we use running water? This is used to remove some debris, some dust which is present, and also to remove the dead skin. So it automatically removes the debris and the dead skin. Then the second one is, in case of profuse bleeding, if the bleeding is a lot, in that case cover the wound with a clean cloth or tissue paper, etc. So the wound must be covered with the clean cloth. Then raise the wounded part. So you have to raise the wounded part of the body to reduce the blood flow. So to avoid more bleeding, the wounded part must be raised to a height. Then what kind of first aid must be given in case of fractures? So in case of fractures, the aim of the first aid is to reduce the movements, as we have already discussed, that in case of fractures, in case of broken bones, minimum movement must be there. So the aim of the first aid in the case of fractures is to reduce the movements and try to shift the person to the hospital in the very same position, as further movement may cause more harm to the part which has been damaged. So the person must be immediately moved to the hospital in case of fractures. Now, what kind of first aid must be given when the limb is cut off? When any body part is cut off, what kind of first aid must be provided in that case? The first one is, the limb which is cut off, that part of the body must be put inside a clean polythene bag. So it must be put inside a clean polythene bag, and this polythene bag must be placed in another bag which is filled with cold water or ice. So firstly, the limb must be placed in a clean polythene bag, and this polythene bag must be placed in another polythene bag which is filled with cold water or ice. And the aim of doing so is to make the limb, to keep the limb cool, to keep that body part cool. So that is the aim of keeping the polythene bag in cold water or ice. If nothing is available, then carry the amputated part, the cut off part, in a clean cloth quickly to the hospital. So if nothing is available, like cold water or ice is available, in that case you carry that amputated part in a clean cloth quickly to the hospital. Then the third point is to avoid the washing of the wound. So if the limb is cut off, in that case already bleeding is a lot, and if you further wash the wound, it would increase the bleeding, it would increase the blood flow, and hence the blood will be lost. The blood loss will increase in that case. So avoid washing the wound if the limb is cut off. The next one is to avoid excessive bleeding, just cover it with clean cloth. To avoid excessive bleeding, that part must be covered with a clean cloth and tie it with another cloth or pressure bandage. So firstly, the body part from where the limb has been cut. So at that region must be covered with a clean cloth and it must be tied with another cloth or a pressure bandage. And keep in mind that the pressure must not be very high, means it must not be very tight and not very loose. The next one is if there is only limb injury. If there is only limb injury, in that case patient can be safely taken to hospital on a chair in sitting position. So if there is just a limb injury, in that case we can take the patient on a chair in sitting position. But if in the case the injured person has injured his spine, in that case the person must be taken on a firm board or stretcher. So the injured person must be carried on a firm board or stretcher so that the spine remains stable. So as you can see in this picture, the injured person has been placed on a stretcher. So this is used to avoid any injury to the spine. The next one is if the person is unconscious, if the person is not in his consciousness, in that case place a large folded cloth or towel under the neck of that person so that the neck isn't damaged. So the neck doesn't sag due to gravity, it doesn't sag. Then keep a watch on victim's pulse and breathing and keep the airway clear for proper breathing. So this is very important step, that while the person is being given the first aid, in this whole process keep a watch on the victim's pulse and breathing and keep the airway clear for proper breathing. Now the first aid in case of accident. So what are the things that you can do? Carry a basic emergency kit in your vehicle. And if you are involved in a crash, in that case you must stop regardless of the extent of damage. So no matter if the damage done is less or is more, you have to stop if you are involved in a crash. It is a traffic violation to leave the scene of an accident involving property damage. So if there is some property damage done, in that case if you leave the scene, then it is a traffic violation. The next one, it is a criminal offense to leave a scene involving fatality or personal injury. So it is a criminal offense if some death has been involved, if the person has died or some personal injury has occurred. So leaving the scene in that case is a criminal offense. Then if a parked vehicle or property is damaged or a domestic animal is injured, in that case try to locate the owner of that property or the domestic animal, or you can inform the police in that case. Do not stop at an accident scene unless you are involved or emergency help has not arrived. So you must not stop at an accident scene unless you are involved or emergency help has not yet arrived. So there is no emergency help, then you can stop at the accident scene and you can provide the first aid. But if there is emergency help already there, then you need not to stop at the accident scene and you have to concentrate on your own driving. Then shift the injured immediately to the hospital in any vehicle which is available. So the last point is the injured person must be shifted immediately to the hospital in any vehicle which is available at that scene. So this was all about the lecture on common driving mistakes and the importance of first aid.